Hey, good morning, everyone. May the good Lord bless you. Hope you're having yourself a wonderful day. Do you all ever remember about hearing how the Indians and other people used to cook with rocks? They would take hot rocks and they would put them in water and they would cook their food that way. In this particular video, I'm camping down here by the river, and I have got the modern version of an old-fashioned crock pot. And I'm going to show you guys how to use it and test it out and cook some food in it, and cook the old-fashioned or the new-fashioned way with an old-fashioned method. You all, did you think I really had a crock pot in that backpack? Check that out right there. All right, first of all, let's look at the contents of this crock pot. We've got an inner pot. That pot right there is the inner pot. Inside there, we have a thermometer and a rock hook. Why do you need a thermometer? You're going to want to take your rock hook right, and you're going to place it on this rock every once in a while until that rock comes up to 700 degrees. That's when it's hot enough to cook your food for about 8 hours, or keep it hot for 8 hours, okay? What we will do, we will heat this up in the fire. We will bring it over here and we will set it back in the pot. We will take this pot, line up your little locks here. We'll take this pot, put our food in it, put our water in it. By the way, you can bake bread in this pot if you want to as well. We won't need this. So set that right there. Make sure you do not close your lid before you have your pot of water in here, okay? If you do, you're going to melt your plastic lid. So that's how it works. Bring it up to 700 degrees, close the lid, and I'm going to show you that in this video. It also has a safety pop-off on it, okay? Now, somebody's going to ask me this question in this video. Why don't you just cook it over your fire? If you're asking me that question, you're missing the whole point of this slow cooking video. You take this rock, you heat it up in your fire over here, which we're going to do. Then you can slow cook your meal. Go fishing, go hunting, go backpacking, go hiking, whatever it is, and come back to camp, and your food will be cooked. All right, you all, what you really want to do is you want to wait until you get a good set of hot coals under that thing. Since we got plenty of time today, we're not in no hurry. We're going to take the stone and we're going to sit it right there in the fire. Just like so. Then we're going to place pieces of wood very carefully on that stone. This will let your rock heat up a whole lot faster, according to the instructions that I saw. So I have never used one of these. I don't know how it works. I know that this is probably a ceramic rock right here, which will take a whole lot of heat and store that heat, okay? So that's what we're doing. So let's let that get roaring hot. And when it does, it probably ain't gonna take it more than probably 20 minutes to heat the stone up. Now remember, back in the old days when they did this, they would take stones along the river or wherever they were at, heat them things up and put them in water. And sometimes those rocks would explode. So you got to be very careful. Don't get any cold water or any kind of water around this stone right here, okay? Because you're probably going to wreck the stone for one thing, and maybe wreck yourself to boot. So let's let that get to cooking really good, and then we'll come back and take a look at it. Like I said, we have got to get the stone up to 700 degrees. Anywhere from 600 to 700 degrees. It says to remove the rock out of the fire. Yep. I've already got this potatoes and carrots ready to go. So we'll just let that sit there and be resting. Now, here I am outdoors, you guys, okay? So I'm getting sand and stuff on the bottom of this pot. So what we're going to do when this rock gets hot is we're going to come over here and we're going to set that pot with the lid on it down in this pot right here. Down in our cooker pot. Okay, by the time this top wood burns completely up, this should be up to about 700 degrees. And right at the present time, we're about 5 minutes into that burn right there. All right, you all, it's going to be a couple more minutes before the rock is hot enough. I just checked it, and it's 500 degrees, okay? So we got about 30 more degrees to go. Now, think about the fact that if you're having power outages and things like that, and you've got a grill, and you've got yard work to do after a thunderstorm or a hurricane or whatever to do, and you can actually heat this stone up, put it in your crock pot, and be cooking the family something to eat while you're out trying to help others, trying to get the yard cleaned up, whatever. In an emergency situation, this would be a good way to keep a meal hot while you're trying to get all that stuff done. If you got a church social, you can pre-cook it the day before, put it in this pot, and pre-cook it and take it and keep it warm at the church social, whatever it is you're trying to do. The football game, the racetrack, whatever. You can have a home-cooked, slow-cooked meal in this pot right here. And the thermometer is probably really, really accurate. I had it sitting right there on top of that thing while the fire is burning, and I watched it just creep up while that was happening. So there you see it creeping up to 600 degrees, you guys. It's almost. Okay, you all, very quickly when it comes up to the heat. Set your stone in the pot. Take your pot. Make sure it's locked in place. And close the lid. Tell you one thing, you all, them rocks is slick in this river. So the food is cooking. Let's go on around the curve here and see what we can see down here in the creek. Certainly smells good. You have it, you all. Cooking with a rock. I need to let that cool down a little bit more. Very good. So here's something that I recommend you guys. Since you're gonna heat this rock up, preheat your water too. That way it will really last a whole lot longer. Now the rock is still red hot over there. It's hot. I never did see this particular stuff right here come to a boil in the pot, but it still cooked it, and it cooked it through and through. These were raw potatoes, raw carrots, and raw peas. And they're done, okay? And that's about 3.5 hours of cooking. But like I say, since you're going to heat this stone up, put it in the pot, preheat your water too. That way, this thing is going to really last a long time and do you a good job. I like it, you guys. It's really a nice little crock pot. Now, I know it's not like the Indians did it down here on the river back in the 1600s, 15, 16, 1700, okay? But still yet, you can still use this particular technology for all kind of different things: hunting, fishing, hiking, you know, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, whatever you're doing. You need, if you want to cook a meal that can be slow cooked and you guys can come back and eat it, get you one of these pots. That you all, may the good Lord bless you. Until next time, so long for now.